Hello! Welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Muhyo to Rouji Episode 2. Again, the name is too long. I'll most likely butcher it, so I'm not going to say the whole thing. Let me see. I should have probably looked up their names. I know their names because it's in the title, but there's somebody else in the series from the first episode that I don't know the name to. Where are you? Here we go. I don't know why it didn't show up before. Okay. Yeah, that was her name. Alright, so we're introduced to our two main characters, Muyo and Jiro, who goes by Rouji. They have basically a paranormal, like, I guess, law firm? Because he uses something called the ghost law, or I think is what it's called. Says here on my anime list, magic law. But yeah. Basically, whenever anybody has a paranormal like experience with a ghost or something, they'll go down there, and Muyo will use his like magic law book to punish the spirit, sending them either to heaven or hell, wherever they're supposed to go. The last episode, we were introduced to a Reiko who went to them because there's this spirit that's haunting a like a train. Oh god, a train line, number 5, and well, it's her friend who's haunting the place. She goes into the story about how she didn't really have too many friends, and the girl she ended up talking to didn't have too many friends. They just kind of started talking in class, and became really close. Basically saying that they would never, leave each other, that they will always be friends and stuff like that. And then one day, her friend got sick and ended up having to stay out of class for a few days. And during that time, the volleyball club was asking Reiko to come in and be like a substitute while one of their players was out. And she started becoming pretty good friends with them. And when her friend came back, she wasn't the same. Like, they would still talk, but they wouldn't walk home together anymore because she would go and help out the volleyball club, and she was mostly talking to the girls there. And she kind of confronted her about it at the train station, and basically asking, why she changed, why is she ignoring her, why isn't she, talking to her anymore. And her friend is like pulling on her arm to get her to like come with her, and she ends up like pulling her hand away, and called her like a nuisance because she's made new friends now and she doesn't need to talk to her. And she gets on the train, but at that same time her friend falls off of the track right as the other train is coming on, and it hits her, and she dies. And I guess the way it was explained, because it's not just her spirit, like the thing that's haunting the place does not look like her. I mean, it does, but it doesn't have her body. Because apparently what happened is all the spirits in that train station like merged together into one. becoming this huge, evil-looking spirit. But taking on mainly her personality. At least after Reiko stopped talking to her. And she wanted her to be, sent to, I guess, heaven, so that she wouldn't be trapped at this train station anymore, which is why she went to get them. And it turns out she's not exactly meant for that, because she's kind of gotten a few people killed at this train track. And Reiko is trying to find her and talk to her, but she's trying to drag her into the train, the track anyway, or take her away. And Muhyo gets his book out, and I forget what actual spell he uses, but it opens up like a big mouth in the floor, and it sucks in Reiko's friend. Basically, it's going to eat the spirits and then send them to hell. Because evil spirits go to hell. And since she's killed a few people, she can't be spared. But Reiko was actually holding on to her and pulled her up a bit to try to save her, and to apologize for how she treated her before she died. And the thing that Muhyo called up, actually getting pretty angry about this, was about to just suck both of them in. And Reiko's friend ends up convincing her to let go, which she eventually does, and she ends up going down into the stomach. And Muhyo, I guess, talks to whatever it was that he summoned, and it goes away, and he says, okay, well, her soul's going to end up going to purgatory instead of hell. So, or did he say the river Styx? I think he said the river Styx instead of hell. So, yeah. And I guess they have some kind of policy where they do not see the client again after the job is complete. So she's coming by the office to try to thank them and stuff like that, but they won't see her. They won't even answer the door or say that they're there. And Muhyo, I guess after he does one of his spells, usually I guess has to sleep for 3 days to build up his strength again. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you're doing that, I guess you're using your energy in order to summon whatever spirit or spell you're casting. Then I don't know. We did see this guy in the beginning go into this portal, this gate, and then at the end of this episode, he comes out and says Muhyo's name. And based off of the theme song, I guess he's the main villain. But I don't know what their relationship is. Was he his friend? Or is it his brother or something? I don't know. We're going to have to find out. I don't know how long it's going to be before we actually get into that. But it'll be interesting. And I don't know what's going to happen in this episode. So let's just get into it and see what we're in for. So the video is going to be located over here. And the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.